Hello everyone. Welcome to another session from the Leadership Success Series by Manage the Dogs. My name is Sharath. I work as an information developer at Hewlett Packard Enterprise and a volunteer for the Manage the Dogs community. As most of you know, Manage the Dogs is a community especially for department heads, managers, and leaders who have direct or lateral responsibility of managing technical communication projects for their organization. So before we start, we have some exciting news. MTD, in partnership with STC India chapter, is planning to host a conference exclusively for leaders of the tech writing community this November 21st in Bangalore. More details of the conference will be updated in the MTD and the STC channels as well on LinkedIn. Do follow the pages if you're not already for more updates. So without much delay, moving on to the session. So today's session will be by Priyadarshi Mishra on the importance of technical documentation using product lifecycle management. Priyadarshi has over 15 years of work experience. He started his professional career as a lecturer at CMRIT College in Bangalore. He then decided to explore the corporate life and joined Flipkart as a technical writer. He has worked in different companies like Genpact, Dell, ITC Infotech, HCL Technologies, and Cloud4C Services. He is currently working as Business R&D Documentation Manager India for Hitachi Energy. He has published 5 technical white papers in different international journals and also published a book on cloud computing. In his free time, he loves driving and traveling. Over to you, Priyadarshi.
Thank you so much, Sarath, and thank you so much the complete team, the MTD team, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And I know I didn't expect so early I'll get the opportunity, first of all. And the moment I have enrolled, immediately I got an email, and immediately everything got scheduled. And so thank you so much. It's really a hats up to the volunteer, Sarath, and the complete team. And yes, so let me start. As Sarath has already told about myself, I would like to give little more insight about how I become a technical writer, and what was the the complete story behind that. Then I'll come to the topic. Hardly I'll take only 5 to 10 minutes time on that. So the moment I completed my engineering in 2007, so I came to Bangalore, and I got an opportunity soon after 1 year at CMRIT College. So I became a lecturer there, and gradually I become assistant professor in computer science department. And so by the time I have completed my masters also, the MTech in computer network, and I started writing the white paper from then and there. Okay, so with the guidance of my guide, so with my mentors, so then I started writing. And 2014 I got married, and my wife, she is a HR, and she only forced me. Actually, the credit goes to her. She only told me, like, so there is an opportunity, why don't you try? And I started trying with technical writing, and in between I have worked with instructional designer, the content developer, the technical writer, and finally today I am with Hitachi Energy, and here I'm managing a team of the complete India team. I'm completely managing here, so around 15-20 people are working under me, and so all are different, like the IDs and as well as the technical writer. So we work together completely. So me, the team from India and the team from Poland and the team from US. So we three teams work closely for our products and for the documentation. So this is all about myself. So let me quickly start about my topic. Okay, so let me share my screen. Kindly confirm me if you can see my screen.
We can see.
Yep. Thank you. So as a topic, you can see importance of technical documentations, within product lifecycle management. So the first question comes here. So we all know what is technical documentation. So I'll not touch about that particular point. But when it comes to the product lifecycle management, okay, so here I have two different kinds of the audience. So one, those who are already into the product-based company, and how they will do the documentations, and other is those who are not into product based company, they're into service based company, and they wants to implement such kind of the methodologies to improve the effectiveness of the documentations, and as well as if suppose they wants to move from service based organization to the product based organizations. So this is what is my target audience today. So as per that, I'm going to talk about what is so the next point will be my let me see. Yeah. So my agenda will be today's agenda, the importance of the technical documentation with PLM. So PLM stands for Product Lifecycle Management. Next one is the product lifecycle management approach. So what are the different approach you have for the PLM? The next one will be integrating technical documentation into PLM. So how will we integrate the technical documents? What are the different methodologies we have? So what kind of methodologies we will be using it so that that will increase the effectiveness and with a zero, no, with a minimal errors. Okay, so the next one will be the benefits of combining technical documentations and PLM. Next one is the challenges of implementing technical documentation. So these are the 5 different topics which I'm going to cover in today's session, and I hope you will be having, so this will be complete knowledge sharing. I will share my knowledge, then you will be asking me the questions. So where we will share each of our knowledge, and we can learn more from all of us. Okay, so let's go for the importance of the technical documentation with PLM. So I just said, so technical documentations, we know what is that, but when we are implementing that, what would be the importance when we're implementing the technical documentation with the product lifecycle management? So what is product lifecycle management? That I'll come to you later on. So let us first see what is the importance. The first one is ensure clear communications. So now what happens here is, why it ensures the clear communication? Because in each stage we will have the communication uh, with our colleagues, with the cross-functional teams, with the SMEs, and with all other the architects and everybody, and we will be finding it out what are the information needs to be documented when I'm going for the particular documentation for a particular product or for a particular service, right? So it ensures a clear communications. Next one is nothing but efficient troubleshooting and a seamless user experience. Obviously, when we have a clear communication, and it will give you the efficient troubleshooting for each and every stages in each and every kinds of the documentations, and it will be a completely seamless user experience because the user will have a greater experience, and obviously the CSAT score will be increases. Okay, so now the next point is it improve the usability. It itself is a very clear clarity. And the reduced support cost, yes. Why it reduce a support cost? That is a very big point which I'll be talking it after 3 to 4 slides. Why I'm talking about reduced support cost. Okay, and the last one is compliance and regulations. Why compliance and regulations? Because we have our legal bodies, we have our certain kind of, you can say, the SOW which we have with our stakeholders or with our customers. Okay, so those SOW is nothing but kind of a compliance and for us. So if there is a clear communication since stage one, and we have the clear expectations what particular information, what kind of a documentations our customer needs, then obviously it will come across with the proper compliance and the regulations at the end of the stage. Okay, so now this last 2 points, reduce support cost and compliance and regulations, these two topics I will cover it in next few slides. Now let's go with the product lifecycle management approach. Okay. Now the first point comes over here is, you can see there is only 3 steps I have given: concept, development, and launch. Okay. But remember this, these three are not the only stages we have in PLM. We have totally 7 stages which needs to cover completely the PLM approach. But I feel these 3 stages are the most important facts which we should understand, which we should you know explore a little more, and that will give us the complete clarity about the PLM. So as you can see, the first point I've given here, the concept. So what is that? Technical document supports the initial ideation and design phase, capturing requirements and specifications. Now the points comes, what would be the first stage? Okay, so here 2 different stages I have merged together. The first one is nothing but the initial analysis and the design phase, which requires your requirement gathering as well. So this is are the two different phases. Now if you'll go for this, all these things we can put it into a model called the gate model, gate model. Now these 7 stages can be merged together to be totally 5 stages, and each 5 stages will have the different gate, like gate 0, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4, and gate 5. Now when it comes to the gate 5 is nothing but the launch. Okay, gate 3 is nothing but the development, and gate 4 is nothing but I'm just going randomly and then I'll come back again from the top why I'm talking about this. So when I'm talking about the Gate 0 model, Gate 0 is nothing but the initial analysis and the design phase. So in that particular phase, we will come to know that what are the different modules you are going to design, and what are the different kind of the architecture we are going to do it, what are the different kind of the technologies we are going to use it. So from the initial stage, from the gate 0 itself, if we will start documenting each and every requirements, then obviously at the end of the gate at the end stage, that is nothing but the gate 5, at the time of launching the product, so that time we'll be having all the different kinds of the documentations with a proper review, with a proper, you can say, proper informations, proper recycling of the informations. We'll be having everything with a zero error. So now what will happen here? Okay, so that I'll come to again here. So now the point one is nothing but the concept. Now in the concept, when I'm talking about the design phase and the requirement phase, so that all comes under concepts. Okay, next, another two more phase, that is documentation guides the engineering and manufacturing process, ensuring quality and consistency. That is nothing but the development. So once the development starts, so that time we'll be having the different guides, like the user guides, like the user manuals. We'll be having the run book. We'll be having the different kind of the so high level design documents. So that all is already been prepared. So when it comes to the development phase, we will be keep on increasing, we will be keep on adding the information into the documentations. Okay, now at the final stage, we'll be launching the product. While launching the product itself, along with the product, we can give the installation guides, we can give the user manuals and the other technical contents. So now, so this three, one, two, three, the concept, development and launch, I have divided into five different stages. That is gate 0, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4 and gate 5. So this is all about the product lifecycle approach. Now let us see how this approach can be integrated, how the technical documentation can be integrated with this product lifecycle approach. Before that, I'll take a simple, kind of a example. Okay, so what has happened to me in my early stage, and what so the like what are the different problem I have faced it. Like what happened is one day, the moment I have joined, or I'll not name the organization name. So when I have joined the organization, they said, "Previous, you have lots of documents. You need to document many things. So it's around 100 plus documents you have to do." So then when I went there, I said, "Okay, fine, not a problem. I can go ahead and I can do the documentations, but it'll take some time." They said, "Okay, Previous, we'll give you 1 year time to complete all the 100 documents." I said, "Wow, 1 year for 100 documents is really good time for me. I can do it up." So when I went there, and also they said, "Previously, all these products is already been developed, and we have given it to the customers. Customers are not happy with the documentations. Now you need to document it." Now the challenges start for me. What? The first challenge is I didn't know who is the stakeholder. I didn't know who is the SME. I didn't know whom to reach out. Where is the raw data? Okay, so in that case, that 100 documents become a very big challenge for me. So at the completion of 6 months, I was able to complete only 15 to 20 documents. So that's the kind of the challenges which I have faced it. When the particular product development is already complete, everything is done. Now it is in the final stage where we're going to just hand it over to the customers, but finally the document is not ready. To make the document ready, I have to go back to the different teams and have to ask them, "Okay, what have you done this?" They will say that, okay, they used to say, "Okay, previously I have done something but I don't remember. I need to run the script, I need to run the particular code and I need to see what is happening, then only I can give you the idea." So with that, the time consuming was more. Okay, that is one question. Another also situation I will give you where the support guy, L1 and L2 support people, those who are really the customer facing and they're giving the support to the customer, sometimes they do not have the particular informations, particular troubleshooting informations to to advise to the customer what has to be done. Again, that is also a challenge. Suddenly there will be some kind of the some kind of issues comes up. There will be a P1, P2, around some 15, 20 people will join into a particular war room or particular call, and they will finally solve the particular issues. Okay, then they'll say, oh, okay, relax, we have spent around 5 to 6 hours and you have resolved the issues. There the story doesn't get over. What they do, they will say that, okay, now this particular problem we have done, let us create a particular KB articles for this. That is nothing but the knowledge base articles. Now that knowledge base articles also will not be in a proper flow, will not be in a proper you can say the proper informations. Then finally, when the next time the same kind of issues arises, the L1 and L2 support people will be facing the same kind of a problem what they have faced 3 to 4 months back. Okay, so this is what the different scenarios which I'm giving you. So what happens is, as I said, we have the gate 0, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4, gate 5 models. In that model itself, if you will keep on adding the documents, if you will keep on creating the knowledge base articles, if you will keep on creating the small document, the chunk of the documents we can say, at the end when we will integrate all together into a single document, it will be having zero error. It will reduce the cost of the particular support people. Why? Because now the particular developers, the particular tester, they have the document, they themselves can directly go and support to the customer. So here we can reduce the cost of the support directly, which I told you I'll be talking to you later on. Right. So this is how the discussion is. Now let us see how to integrate the technical documentation into PLM. So first is the data integration. So what is data integration? Enables centralized content management and the version control. Okay, so let's come to you, come to this particular point afterwards. Let's see the other points. Next one is collaboration. So where the cross-functional teams can efficiently contribute to review technical content throughout the product lifecycle. Next one is the accessibility. User can easily access the most up-to-date technical information, reducing errors and improving customer satisfaction. So this is the three facts which I was talking about while integrating the technical documentation into PLM. So what happens is the first is the data integrations. So this is most important when I'm talking about, and all of us knows that I don't think I have to spend much time about here, because as we all are belongs to the technical documentations, and we know that that should be a centralized content management system. So in that management system, we should have the version control which is automatically. Okay, let us not go ahead and do it manually. Once the particular document, we will take it and we'll put it into the same storage, and we'll enable the particular storage so that that particular centralized storage management can access as per the version control. So we no need to do that. That is the first point. Now, next point is nothing but the cross-functional team can efficiently contribute to and review technical content throughout the product lifecycle. Okay. Now this is also a very good point and a very important point. Usually we have a miss on this. Now I just said, I have given an example in my previous organization when they told me like, please you go ahead and do the documentations. I didn't know who is the developer, who is the DevOps person, who is the who has written the script, who is from the Unix teams. I didn't know all those things, right? I'm from the documentation team, so I was to run behind this. But when we will implement this, the technical documentation with PLM, that time from the stage one, from the gate zero itself, we will be having the cross functional discussions. Now in the sense, what the documentation team can directly communicate with the DevOps team. The DevOps team can directly talk with the architect team. The architect team can directly involve the project management people and the product management people. And everywhere there will be a complete discussion, and they will put their questions. Okay, for this we can have this kind of documentations. So that documentations, again the documentation team will take it up and start preparing the document, and the review will happen again with the cross-functional teams, so that the proper informations will be accumulated together, and can be articulated together with a, with a, you can say, with a with a proper review cycles, and it can contribute a lots of knowledge transfer into the particular documentations. So throughout the product life cycle, what about life cycle I told you? Okay, so that it should happen, the collaboration should happen throughout the product life cycle management. And now the accessibility. Okay, so that is most important, the accessibility part. When you're talking about, it should not happen like, it should be easily available, anyone, any person. Okay, I'm doing this particular one, let me see if any kind of documentation is available or not, and they will just put their hands, they will get the documentation. That is how the preparation should be done from the get zero level, so user can easily access the most up to date technical information, which reduce the error and improving the customer satisfaction. Why it is important is, sometimes the particular product or the particular service or particular application might have developed some 5 or 10 years back. Okay, and now after 5 years or 10 years, there is some kind of the enhancement has been done, right? So if the enhancement has been done, again the enhancement phase also should go with the same gate 0, gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4, gate 5 levels. With that, again the technical information should be added, and that what will happen is, the technical information will be completely up to date, and it will reduce the errors. Okay, so once the errors is reduced, obviously the customer satisfaction will be improved. So that is what I mean to say about integrating the technical documentation into the PLM. Now let's see what is the different benefits we have. The first one is streamlined process. Yes, obviously, when we are talking about, in each and every stages will go ahead, and so one particular document, so will divide it into multiple levels, and each labels will be creating the different document. So that time, obviously, the process will be streamlined. Okay, and the next one is increased accuracy. Obviously, when every stages we have the cross-functional teams, and we have the up-to-date documents, then obviously the accuracy will be increased for that particular product or particular services. Next is the enhanced traceability. Obviously, enhanced traceability will be happening because we have the content management system, the centralized content management system, which itself is taking care of the versioning and the version control. Then obviously the traceability will be easy for a particular document. Okay. Now let's go for the challenges. Okay. Now here the discussion comes. Priyadarshi, you spoke about PLM. Priyadarshi, you spoke about the different stages. You spoke about there are a lot of benefits. Is there any challenges? Yes, obviously challenges is there. What are the challenges? Let's go ahead and see this. The first is content authoring. Now, how the content authoring will come? As we're talking about, in different stages, different cross-functional teams, they have to give the particular information, they have to give the particular data, they have to sometimes write the documentations, and so they have to, you can say, so they can talk about the different kind of architectures. Obviously the content authoring will also be more, so that time the author name will be confused, who has done that. But to come across from this problem, what we have to do, as you are maintaining the different versioning in the particular, you can say, about the centralized data storage or centralized content management. So there the content authoring should be proper, who is the author, who is the reviewer, and who is the approver. So that is what is most important point, or the most challenging point when I'm talking about this, right? Now the next one is content management. As I said, yes, obviously the content management will also be okay. And the next one is the stakeholder alignment. Yes. Now, why I at this point I'm talking about the stakeholder alignment. Okay. So when I'm talking about the stakeholder alignment, as I'm talking about from the since from the stage one, from the analysis stage, like as I said, from the gate zero stage till we're coming to gate 5, where we're going to launch the product. So that time, in each and every stages, we have to create the release notes, we have to keep the stakeholder aligned with the particular method what we are following, and the stakeholders should know what exactly the stage we are crossing right now, where we are. We should have a proper roadmap, we should have a proper structure, So that time aligning the particular stakeholder will be a little kind of a challenges, but it's not impossible. I can say it is still manageable, but it's a kind of a challenge which I can say. So there are lots more challenges, but I have made it out. These three are the most important challenges. That is the reason I kept it over here. Now I'm talking about the conclusions and the takeaways. So here the first one is integrated approach. So as I spoke about combining technical documents and PLM provides a holistic view of the product lifecycle. Yes, people will be thinking, right? Okay, product management is different. Okay, and how will I integrate this technical documentations? Now the point here is the main point which till now I haven't spoke. I thought I'm talking at the beginning of my slides, but then finally I decided, okay, let me take it to the last stage. Okay, have we ever thought that documentation itself can be a product? Those, so this is the main point itself. Okay, we never think about that. The documentation can also be a product. If documentation itself can be a product, then how we develop a product, same way how we are going to develop a document as well. So one product we can align, we can integrate to the another product as well. Okay, so that will be completely kind of a tree like structure. So in the documentation stage one, what you have to do, stage two, what you have to do, stage three, what you have to do, right? So this is how a documentation can be considered as a product, and that product can be implemented into the PLM. So that product can be integrated into the PLM. That is nothing but product lifecycle management. So that is what is my total motto, total idea about discussing this particular topic today. So that is why I'm saying combining technical documentation and PLM provides a holistic view of the product lifecycle. Next is the improved efficiency. Improved efficiency is nothing but streamline the processes and centralize content management, optimize resources and reduce error. So that is how I told you. So when we have a streamlined process, we have a centralized content management, and that will optimize the resource. So automatically we do not want more support people to work for our product, because we have our centralized management, content management. We have our developers, they know what we have done it, they know what we have documented it, because from the day one we have a cross functional engagement. So that is what is my next point, is nothing but the enhanced collaboration, right? So now when we have the enhanced collaboration, we have the cross functional teams. Obviously they themselves can directly go and support to the customer. We do not want any kind of the support people to work. Okay, yes, not completely I can say vanish, but we can 80 to 90% cost we can save it. If we can reduce the support people, we can reduce the cost also. We can you can save the cost of our organization as well, right? So the next is nothing but the enhanced collaboration, where cross-functional engagement ensures accurate, up-to-date, and user-friendly technical documentation, which I've already spoken. And the last one is competitive advantages. What is that? That is effective technical documents and PLM can differentiate a company and improve customer satisfaction. So that is what I mean to say. Why I'm telling you this? I have implemented this in my previous organizations, the same kind of methodologies. And after implementing this, I observed, the 85% of the effectiveness got increased while delivering the particular documentations. So I would suggest, if you can go ahead and implement this, obviously will be called as a different from the no, from the other companies. And that's how I'm going to finish my discussion today. And thank you so much and for listening to me. And Friday morning, spending 1 hour time is really very appreciable. And thank you so much. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Hey Priyadarshi, that was a wonderful session. So thank you for letting us know the importance of integrating documentation in PLM. So I think your point, which you stated as consider documentation to be a product. I think that's a very valid point. Most of our organizations and most of us treat documentation as a service. So I think
Yes.
your point as treat it as a product is a very valid point. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so before I open it up for question and answers. I have pasted a link as we talk now. So I've pasted a link on the chat. So please take, it'll only take a couple of minutes to provide your feedback. Do provide your feedback. It'll help us organize future sessions. Okay, so we are open to any questions.
Uh,
Hi. Geeta, go ahead.
Sharat, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Priyadarshi sir.
Hi, hi.
So thank you for this informative session.
Yep,
I just had a question regarding you mentioned different phases of the PLM, including the design, development, and launch.
yep.
And I feel that mostly the
Geeta,
documentation
Gita, your voice
is
is breaking.
it breaking? Okay.
Yes,
Is it better now?
it's better now. You can go ahead.
it's better now. Yep.
Okay. So I was saying that with regard to the various phases of PLM, including the design, development, and launch, I have mostly observed that typically writers are involved in the PLM only the development and the launch phases, with us
Yes,
being given the RC and the web release dates, the CTR
exactly,
dates,
exactly.
and we share our doc plan, and we quickly get it signed off in the launch phase of the product, and we release the documentation along with the launch of the product. So is there some way we could have a larger say in the earlier phases of the product or the design phase of the product as well?
Yes, I'll tell you on this actually. Okay, so few of the organizations, so they how they do it, there are two ways they do it up. Okay, so one is manually putting everything into a Excel sheet and saying like, okay, so this is what from the day zero, from the day one. Okay, so this is what is our design stories, and this is what I'm going to do it. And some of them they use Jira task. Okay, so while talking about the Jira task from the beginning itself, as a kind of okay, I might do all those things. So they might point out some 50 to 60 points of the Jira task. So afterwards, might be from that 60 tasks, some test tasks might be get cancelled, but 50 will be there. So from their 50 tasks, we can make it out from the day one. Okay, this might require a documentations. So as a documentation developer, we can make it out. Okay, this one surely it needs a documentations. Okay, so like that we can create a doc plan since the day one itself. Then rather than like how it is going, as I said, get zero, get one, get two, get three. As you said, you are completely correct. Mainly the documentation comes up when we are at gate 4. Okay, because gate 5 is
Right,
nothing but the release, right? So
right,
when we're talking about gate 4, by the time we comes to the gate 4, we have the proper architectural document, we have the HLD document, everything should be ready before that itself. So at gate 4 we should have point to the point, okay, what has to be needed for the particular guides. Okay, so for example the user guides or the technical guides or kind of a run books, so those things comes at the time of gate 4. Before gate 4, by keeping the particular Jira task, we can be able to complete the particular rest of the documentations. That's how we can make it up.
right. But my question also was that can we have a larger contribution in the design phase, in the UI strings, in the various,
Y-
the design
yes,
aspects of the product instead of just having it towards the
yes.
release phase? Yeah.
Yes, completely. Because from day one, the documentation team should be the part of all the discussion, all the sprint discussion, all the discussion. They should be the part of that. They should know what is going on, and from there itself,
Mhm.
we can make it out what we have to do. Because if suddenly
Right.
we will get jump into at the time of gate 4, we'll be having zero knowledge. So that is what the problem I faced it personally. When I
Right.
directly went inside and they said, "Priyadarshi, you have to do this," I was completely blank what to do, right? So
Mhm.
so for that, instead of working for 9 hours, I worked for 15 to 16 hours. Okay, so just
Right.
to get it
Right.
done. So we should avoid that, and we should avoid our employees and to work more than 9 hours. We should make it such a way that by 9 hours all the work should be done.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Geeta.
Yeah.
I think Ranjana has a question. Go ahead, Ranjana.
Hey, hi. Hi, Priyadarshi. This is Sanjana.
Hi, Rajana.
Thanks for a very informative session. And I am exactly in the same situation as you were in the previous company where I have joined a digital transformation company where they have changing from from service based to SaaS product. So
Okay.
as you, what all you're mentioning is just happening in front of my eyes, and in past 6 months, I was able to write only 5 documents. So I
Yes.
mean, just 2 days back we had a conference which I had to deliver, but yeah, I couldn't because and I'm also an individual contributor over here, so
Hmm.
it's even more hectic kind of a thing. So your slides actually it really helped me a lot. So I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to know how do we recognize yeah, how do we recognize this L1 and all those people? Whom do I approach to start off with? Whom do I approach?
See, first what you do is I'll give you another example in this case. Okay, any document you got it. Okay, to work. Okay, XYZ, whatever document this is. Okay, so whether it's a user guide, whether it is a troubleshooting document, whether it is a run book, whether it's a process document, whatever it is. Okay, take that document. First, see what are the technologies involved in that documentations. Okay, who are the people involved in that. Okay, so first
Okay,
find out that people, okay, who are all involved to get that product or the service particular done. Okay, so they have worked from day to day. Once you get that, make a kind of a list. Okay, from this particular technology these people are working, from this particular technology these people are working. Go separate, do not go separately again. Okay, if you go
okay,
separately your time taken will be more. Go
yeah,
parallelly, go
okay,
parallelly. And before going there, you should know what are the questions is there on your plate. It should
okay,
not happen like you will just directly go, they'll say that okay Ranjana speak, you do not have any points, then again there will be a very bad situation. So you first
yeah,
make
yeah,
your questions ready, go with the questions saying like okay this is what the information I need to make my
mhm,
documentation done. Can you please give me
okay,
this informations? Can you please explain me these informations? Can you please give me any raw data you have? They will
okay,
surely have a raw data. 100% they will be
okay,
having a raw data. Without having a raw data, or developer cannot develop anything. Or else if they're
oh,
developing, then they will have a particular data because they need it in their future. So it's
so it's
always they'll be having.
it's a very mature product. It's like there from past 10 years kind of a thing. So even
Yeah,
then they will be
then
having the old.
for sure they'll be having. It's a mature product, 100% will be there, not even 100, 200%. You can directly reach out to them, get all the information, then start making the flow of the document. That is where the technical writer's job come into the picture. Now we have everything. Prepare the particular flow of the particular document, prepare the draft, and directly go to the SME and show it to them. So
Okay,
probably your problem
okay,
will be resolved in a no, in the lesser span of time. Right? So that is
okay.
what the methodologies I followed, and I got the success which I'm telling you today.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I was like very, happy that somebody also is going through. I thought like I'm the only one. It was like that.
It's a
Yeah,
story
sure.
for
Yeah.
all the technical writers, I can say.
Thank you so much for the information.
Welcome, welcome.
I can reach out on LinkedIn for you for further.
Sure. No issues. Sure, you can reach out to me at any time.
Thanks, Anjana. I think Vidya has a question next.
Yeah. Hi, Priyadarshi. So I just had a question. So whatever we are saying and whatever you said, I'm able to kind of relate to it when we follow a waterfall model. Yeah. So when there is an agile methodology that any documentation team is following, and we are
Mm,
already working on the particular document, and then
mm,
there is an enhancement or there is a change for which we
mm.
have to go back and handle it. So is there a situation like this that you have faced, and how have you handled it, and how have you been a part of the the project lifecycle management when it comes to the agile methodology? How have we handled it?
See, the product lifecycle management, what I spoke with you today. So it is almost, I cannot say just copy paste of agile. It's almost same as the agile itself. Okay, and now coming to the part of the question which you asked me, if there is a kind of the enhancement, how will you go back and see the information of the enhancement, right? So when there is an enhancement, what the usually I prefer when there is an enhancement of the product. So suppose for example the product version is 1.2.1. Okay, so the enhancement happened, it's going to 1.2.2. So what usually I do, I open up the document whichever is there for 1.2.1 along with the release note. what we have done it for that particular release. Okay, because obviously when there is an enhancement, there should be a release note, and if there is no release note, then we have to create a release note to make it more efficient for the next people. Okay, so in that case I go ahead and I see what are the information is there, what are the enhancement is being done, and on that particular, suppose there are 5 to 6 module, we cannot say like all the modules there will be enhancement. Probably some 1 or 2 modules some enhancement will be there. So the particular module where the enhancement is done, I usually directly go and touch that particular module and see what is there. And if any related topics is there related to that particular module, I go ahead and read that first, then try to understand what kind of enhancement is done, what kind of the documentation can be implemented into that, then I can go ahead and decide that. And this kind of situation, as you said, yes, I got it, and but not that much, very rarely I got this kind of situations, and throughout my career I can say, Vidya.
All right.
Yeah,
Get it. Thanks a lot, Priyadarshi. Very information session. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Vidya. I think Smita had a question.
Yeah, Sharat. Hi, Priyadarshi.
Hi,
Thank you very
Smita.
much for a nice session. And I
Okay.
especially liked the last part, the conclusion. You are imagining the documentation itself as a product. Actually, I could relate very well when that came. Like you imagine your documentation itself as a product, and you are trying to integrate it with other product.
Yep.
So that actually conveyed the entire thing. But one question what I have is like, is this like in the case of a new product development,
Uh-huh.
how much we can get benefit out of this PLM approach? Because in my experience, I have seen like a new product is developing, and you are involved at the beginning, but
Uh-huh.
you are not getting any clarity. Like probably the product recipe itself is not yet ready, and you're spending a lot of time, like probably you are meeting the means attending different meetings and all, but you're not getting any clarity of what kind of documentation you require. And every time when we approach, probably that is something which we face in the documentation field, is like, oh, this is documentation, wait, we don't have
Uh,
anything right now.
okay.
So yeah, so it is like, and then probably towards the um, after 4 or 5 phases, we are getting some
Mhm.
information, and by the time we are already late or something like that.
Yes.
So that way, I don't know, in that new product development, how well we can use this approach. Because as I told, no, the experience is something like that. Every time it is like setting aside, even if you are
Mm.
trying to gather some information, you are not getting any clarity. And suppose
Okay.
you have some information, okay, you think like, okay, these documents probably require, you need a user guide, you need a troubleshooting guide. Then when it comes to final phase, it is something altogether different. Sometimes they completely get into a situation like the scope is changing or the recipe is changed. So such situations, how do you approach?
Okay. Really, the question which you asked me right now, okay, that is what currently it is happening with my current organization. Okay,
Okay.
I'll tell you. Okay, how it is, I'll tell you, because in my current organizations, there are a lot of products which you have already done it by following this particular the PLM method. You have already done it. Now there is a new product. Actually, I'm coming to a question. Before that, I will tell something about my experience, what I have done it up. Okay,
Okay.
so there is a new product. They have launched it. They said, Priyadarshi, as a head of India, complete India team, so you need to head it up completely, and you need to align your people to work for this particular documentations. Okay, so what I did, I aligned 2 guys, those who are really good. I just aligned them, and I was also part of all the meetings. Since day one, I was not able to understand. I myself was not able to understand. Forget about my people. Okay. Then I decided. Then I went back and I spoke with the country head. With the global head, and I told them, okay, fine. We probably might have to create a separate team for documentations where we'll discuss only about the documentation based on the requirements.
Okay.
Okay, so what we are going to develop on that particular part we have to do. So that is what I thought of. Now what they said, now they are implementing just the UI part. So they said, Priyadarshi, on UI part, we're implementing so and so things. I try to understand what the implementation is happening, how the development is happening. Okay, because the discussion what was happening, I was not able to make understand. Then I just spoke to Geeta as well, right? And I said like, okay, you can see the Jira task and you can make it out what are the documentation is required. I got through the Jira task. I made it okay. This kind of documentation is required, but that was not giving me the complete information what has to be done. So then I spoke with the different teams of the development. I together I didn't sit, I made it separate. Okay, this develop people they are doing this development people they are doing this development people doing this testing people are doing this. So with separate people I sat and I saw what are the things they are doing. I started creating starting from the user guide itself.
Okay.
Okay, so I first touch the user guide. Okay, I said okay fine, if I will touch the user guide, I can touch base all maximum points. Then from there I can segregate whatever the information is required for other documents. So that is how I started creating the user guides, and I made my team to do that. Okay, so then they started, and we can I can say like easily we have done two different user guides, and now those two user guides are going to be the, you can say, the baseline for that particular product right now. So that is how
Okay.
we can give the approach. So in that way we can slowly segregate the information. We can do the different kind of documentations. In fact, that thing can goes into the instructional designer as well. They can create the different training materials. Okay, so what I suggest, okay fine, in this we can go ahead only the user guide, but we can create many number of the training materials, kind of WPT trainings. Okay, so where we need the ID people. So that is how ID people got involved here. So that's how we can make the decisions. I hope I have answered your question, Smita.
Yes, yes, definitely. Because I think this approach in the current like what a project I'm implementing that. But now, like
Yeah,
when you talked about the new product, I'm really getting that idea. Like probably when I was working, this was not happening in that right way.
right.
So I
No, it
think,
happens. It happens,
yeah,
Smita. It happens. We will not understand anything by the time there is a prepare the document, the release time will come up. So that
yeah,
time all
yeah,
of us will be in a very big trouble. So
yeah,
that time we have to run behind different people and it will never work. So this
true.
is how I have tried and I think I got the success for this.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Smita.
Thank you for the question, Smita, and
Thank you.
thank you for answering, Priyadarshi.
Thank you.
Reminder to all the folks to just open the link in the chat and provide your feedback, and it'll help us organize future sessions. Any other questions? Any comments, questions? Okay, if we don't have any further questions, I think we are good to close. So please do provide your feedback. It's important for us, so that we know, what exactly are the needs, and it'll help us organize future sessions. Thank you for joining the session, all of you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Priyadarshi, for this
Thank
wonderful
you.
session as well.
Thank you, Sarat. Thank you, Sarat.
Happy
You.
weekend and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Yep. And to be honest, Sarat, I thought I will not be able to give this session, that too on Friday morning, 9 o'clock. Okay. And the way you have, followed me, it gave me a complete kick off, you can say. Okay, please, you have to wake up and give the session.
Thank you. Thanks to both of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.